Hello, this is Brian Bracken. What we're going to show you today is we're going to show you how to change the section that's just below the Our Company section. So first thing we need to do is enable Visual Builder. Once the Visual Builder has been enabled, we'll scroll down slightly and we'll see these three icons. Notice that each one of these icons has its own separate edit module settings. So let's go to the first one here. We're going to click on Edit Module Settings with the gear. And here we can change all of the information that is pertaining to this particular module. So we're editing the blurb settings. So let's change this to Membership Has Its Advantages. Next, we're going to look at a couple of other things. We could have a URL that we could have in here. So if we click on this, it would take us to a different URL. But right now, we'll just avoid that. We can also use a different icon. The image that we see here is this one. Now that's image. If we're going to use something different, we click Upload. And say, for instance, we want to change this image to something else. How about let's change it to a horse. All right, then we'll click Upload an image. Okay, now image placement, we could change that to top, left, whatever we'd like. You know, we could do it on the top to bottom, etc. And then we have text color is dark. Text orientation right now is centered. And then under content, we can change that content that's underneath the horse. Notice here I put Get Galloping with the Power Lead System. And then we have some other settings. Notice at the top, membership has its advantages. That's where that section is right there. So the content, that's the information that's just below that header. Now what we need to do is we want to save this section. What we do is click the check mark. That saves the settings. Then we want to go to the expand settings and click save. Now that you know how to make these edits using the Visual Builder, let me show you how to make the exact same edits using the dashboard. You can use either method for making your edits. It's just a matter of personal preference. So let's go to the dashboard. We'll click Edit Page. Once the page is loaded, we're going to look for blurb. Now the first one that we modified here was this blurb module, so let's re-edit it. Again, go to the three lines, that's for editing the module, click them, and notice we have membership has its advantages. We'll just put in there member details. And if we want to put a URL in, we can in the same window, or we can have it open a new tab. We could use an icon if we'd like, but we're not using an icon. Notice we have the horse here. We're going to change this by loading a different image. And let's go look for a different image that we can use in that section. Here's the one that we had in it previously. So let's just reselect this. Once we have it selected, we have the check mark. Click Set as Image. Now notice we have this image has changed. And as we scroll down, we notice that we have an alt text for the image. Now what's interesting about alt text is that for SEO value, it's very good for the search engines. So if you want to have a little bit better placement, just remember on images, videos, and so forth to use some sort of a descriptive text. So here what we'll do is we'll just put something in as an example. So I put in there the Power Lead System is as good as gold. The next section is the content section. We're just going to change this to the Power Lead System is the gold standard for tools. Very good. Now, what we need to do is we need to then save and exit. Remember, this is different than the check mark in the Visual Builder. So we're going to save and exit. Now, to save all our settings, we have to click Update. Now, once the page is updated, let's click on the permalink to see what the page looks like. Okay, so let's look at the changes on the page. Notice the changes. We have member details. The Power Lead System is the gold standard for tools. So thank you for watching this video, and let's go on to the next.